Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another Nerd Mode. This being a show I introduce you to a series that you may or may not be familiar with. For today's episode, I'm going to talk about the Netflix original series, Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone is a fantasy drama that follows a woman named Alina who has survived her entire life kind of being a nobody, but soon discovers that she is something known as a sun summoner, a being of legend. A sun summoner being someone who has the ability to summon and control light and is believed to be the only person who can help bring down the foe. The foe being this massive wall of darkness. Inside of this darkness exist these monsters known as Volcra, which any unfortunate soul that's stuck inside of the foe will most likely get ripped apart by these things. Another character in this series is Mal, who is an officer in the army but also a childhood friend of Alina's. Well, there's actually more to it than that. Upon Alina being discovered as the Sun Summoner, the two are separated and they are desperate to find their way back to each other. Each of them will find themselves down a path riddled with challenges. There are quite a few other characters you get introduced to over the course of the series, each with their own circumstances and goals that they're trying to achieve. Some stories seem like they're their own things, but it all feeds into the overarching plot. Can Alina become the Sun Summoner, the legend that the world needs her to be? Only time will tell. So in this world, there are people known as Grisha. Basically, they're humans that have powers that resemble magic. Which, interestingly enough, the show goes out of its way to say that Grisha don't do magic. They do something referred to as small science. They don't just conjure stuff out of thin air, but rather they manipulate what is already there around them. Magic itself actually does exist in this universe, but that's a whole other conversation within itself. There are quite a few different types of Grisha, each one being able to control / manipulate one particular element, whether it be fire, water, wind, shadow, light, as in the case of Alina as a sun summoner. In a world that is harsh and cruel, nations that are divided and at war, you have stories of love, you have stories of revenge, you have stories of deceit and betrayal, and you have stories of belonging. A fantastical series filled with adventure and great lore and world building. Shadow and Bone is based on the Shadow and Bone trilogy of novels, as well as the Six of Crows duology. Season 2 of Shadow and Bone premieres on March 16th. But really, that's all I wanted to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.